Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I wanted to record this video earlier, but I was traveling and life happened, but I decided to tell it to myself better late than never. This video is not gonna be a long one because I'm in a hurry. I'm visiting my home country, my family for the holidays, and it is just very hectic. But as usual, I'm watching films. It's part of my everyday routine now. So I just wanted to give you my thoughts. Okay, so I really wanted to check out Martin Scorsese's film. I'm an admirer of Martin Scorsese's few films. He's not the filmmaker of my heart, but I love his Taxi Driver. I think this film is really a milestone. And I wanted to see what he would come up with at this later stage of his career. And I went ahead and checked out Killers of the Flower Moon, which is kind of a tribute to indigenous people. And I saw his interviews that he mentioned it was his passion project and he really wanted to do it. When I was watching it, I felt like Martin Scorsese is still in the business. You know what I mean? Sometimes when directors get older, they tend to make films that are more sentimental, and I don't want to use this word pathetic, but sometimes they do. Even the most grounded filmmakers do this mistake sometimes. But I was really surprised that Martin Scorsese is still in competition. He is still making films as a young contemporary filmmaker, and I was telling to my mates that this is real talent. He's definitely talented. However, I did not like the film. I know that he wanted to make a tribute to the indigenous people, but for me it is still kind of a colonialistic white supremacist gaze. I might be mistaken, it is just my subjective opinion that this film was not a success to me, but considering the general scheme of today's filmmaking, Scorsese is still a talented filmmaker, and this film was extremely watchable. Especially, I have to say that the way he works with actors and how he takes the best of the actors, the cast was amazing, and I think Scorsese is the best with working with actors, non-professionals and professionals, both the same. So I wanted to say a few words about that. I watched the film May-December because I love Natalie Portman and I love Julianne Moore. I think for me these actresses have the huge scope of talent and resources. However, I was disappointed. This film is kind of a very mediocre type of I don't even know what to say. It's a thriller, it's a drama, but it claims to be more than it actually is. And for me, when I was watching it, I had a feeling that I have already watched it because the scenes are so repetitive. There is no this author gaze that these actresses deserve. They are extremely talented, and what made me watch this film is definitely their capacity to go into characters, and they really try to alive these women. However, yeah, I've seen better execution of the similar type of storylines. So May December and The Killers of the Flower Moon were a no-go for me, although they were extremely watchable, I have to say. The other film that is so outside my taste, and I don't even know why I decided to see it, Oh yeah, I remember why I decided to see it, because my classmates were going to the cinema and I never missed the chance to go to the cinema. I watch everything. So I went with them and I saw Godzilla minus one. And I'm laughing because this is so outside of what I like. Okay, it was not even a good one-time watch. I was like, I cannot believe the money is invested in this type of films when this same money could be contributed to the military forces in Ukraine, you know? Some projects are so unnecessary, in my opinion. Of course, who am I to judge? But this is just my subjective opinion. There is better use to that money for sure. Okay, the film that I liked and I enjoyed watching, and it was nothing groundbreaking, but still more fresh than others. In 2023 releases was a film by Rebecca Miller. I really love Rebecca's um, taste and her filmography. And I watched She Came to Me, which was a very, very good chilly comedy. That film is also, I think, more, what the word, more commercial than I like. Maybe I don't use the word commercial in a bad way. I respect all the filmmakers. It was just kind of more linear than I usually like, but I really enjoyed. The cast was amazing. It felt like a romantic comedy that I really craved on, because I have to say that I love the genre of melodrama, and when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, there were such good melodramas being filmed, and now it's just cliche, cliche, cliche. And She Came to Me was a fresh twist to this romantic comedies and dramas that I really like. So it was a good surprise. The other very good film that it's anime, but I will include it in the film because for me animes are so important. I really was looking forward to check out Miyazaki's new film, The Boy and the Heron, and it didn't disappoint. I have to admit that he, in this anime, was kind of repeating himself, but anyway, this was just 2 hours of magic and I really enjoyed it. And I definitely suggest, if you like anime, check this out. And the last film that I wanted to talk about was, I think, the worst film that I watched maybe in 2023, and I had really high expectations because this filmmaker is so popular and he's so critically acclaimed. I'm talking about Ari Aster, and I have watched Ari Aster's all critically acclaimed films, starting from Hereditary to Midsommar, and I think that he definitely has his unique type of spine in the filmmaking industry, but it is not my taste. It is definitely more ambitious than it, how to say, it is more ambitious than genuine. So yeah, I don't like this type of ambitious projects when they don't give me what their ambitious is about. So I watched a Beau is Afraid. First of all, I love Joaquin Phoenix, and I think he's one of the most important and talented living actors nowadays. I really loved his performance. I loved all the actors' performance, and Ari Aster definitely needs to be credited in that. But Beau is Afraid for me was totally a film without. It was claiming to be a film, but it wasn't a film. I don't know how to explain. It was a total waste of time. I have to admit that I like Hereditary, and I sort of like Midsommar more than Beau is Afraid. But this project was so ambitious without actually giving us anything to grasp on. And this budget of the film was more than $30 million. I was just really surprised. Why? Because for me it was so unjustified. And yes, it's the only thing that is good in that film is um, to give the actor to like um, show its potential. I mean, it was a good exercise for Joaquin Phoenix to show us that he's just such a big talent, but we already knew that. So I didn't really see why Ari Aster decided to make this film. And in that film I also saw the attempts, not the attempts, but he literally quoted himself, and I don't think he is that big director to quote himself in this early stage. So I think, well, he is talented, but he is way too ambitious and way too intellectually and rationally building up the cinematic world. It is just so outside my taste and what worries me and what moves me. Of course, respect to all filmmakers, but this is just my subjective opinion. So I know that these are very few films, and I'm trying to find ways to watch other films. For example, I'm looking forward to watch Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things, and from the trailers and interviews, I think it's gonna be a magical journey, but I still haven't watched it, so I will be doing the part 2. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope there is peace and joy wherever you are, because we all deserve it, and we all deserve good new ways to see the world in this film. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.